Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Tabz, and of course you guys know that. Welcome back to today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video, well actually it's a cheat review on exitium, aka destruction. I think it's Latin, I'm not 100% sure. Let's hop right into the video. All right, now that we are on my desktop here, let's take a look at this this Discord really quickly. So I'll have an invite to this Discord down below. They are hosting a knife giveaway for all registered users. I do believe that you just have to be registered on the forums to win. You don't actually have to have a sub, so it's definitely worth checking out. All you got to do is go to the website. I'll have that linked top of the description, and then underneath that I will have the Discord. And as you guys can see, they are giving away a falchion knife tiger tooth, which is pretty cool. So moving on from that, let's check out the website. Here is their website here, and they've got a decent theme going on. And obviously you guys can see here 3 days and 19 hours until the public release. So this is only for content creators currently to upload. So I'm going to sign in and download this, and let's do an official review. All right, after signing up and purchasing, you guys can download the loader. It's just a big button that says download loader. So I always put mine on a different drive. It's basically a partition drive to look like a USB stick. Shout out to Swift, RIP. He had a really good video on how to do this. I will also link that in the description down below for some of you guys that don't have USB sticks. So anyways, we made a folder on here. I got a lot of cheats, I know. So we're going to drag the loader onto there, and then let's sign in and inject. You can now open CSGO. Let's do it. Okay, so I just finished setting up my config. It will be available in the members Discord if you guys want it. This is going to be interesting. So far visuals, I'm digging it. These are the visuals I'm going to be using. They're pretty fucking clean. I love the glow aspect of them, and of course my color options are always P. But of course we can hop into this a little bit more really quickly. This is the menu, boys. I must say I like it. It's simple, it's clean. I haven't had any hiccups with it. It's very simple to understand. And of course, this is the legit tab. So going through the legit tab, I've already set up all of my pistols, rifles, scout, op, and other. So for pistols, of course, we have our enable for aimbot and your hotkey. It is defaulted M1. If you do use M1, you can obviously set it to another key by clicking and reassigning. For hitbox, for pistol, I've had my FOV is just about 1, should be like 1.05. And of course, no smooth aim, no smoothness. We have silent aim enabled. There is stuff like prefer body shot, target hidden players, minimum damage, recoil strength, and recoil smoothness. There is trigger bot, of course. And something really cool about trigger bot that I like that they've added is, so I'll set up my hotkey for M4. For hitbox, we're going to do head only. For delay, I'm going to go with like a 10 ms, for example. And we're going to overshoot we'll do 121 or 24 milliseconds. You can choose your hit chance, so I'm going to do 30. And of course, minimum damage, magnet FOV. For magnet FOV, we are going to be using about a 1.15. Of course, no smooth aim, no prefer body shot, no smoothing. So I'm going to show you guys something really quick, which I found really, really cool. Got a dope skin, by the way. I'm sorry that my webcam is covering it, but look at this. Look at this, all right? I'm going to hold the trigger right here. Boom. All right, so we're going to hold it right here, and I'm going to go to my secondary camera so you guys can see this. So now that you guys can see this camera view, I'm going to put my crosshair right next to this guy because we are using a 1 FOV. So really quickly with the mouse right here, I'm just going to click right here. Watch this. So deadly. Just so deadly. And I'm going to do it one more time. 3, 2. And that overshoot is just, it's so good. And one more time. Magnet. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Now, of course, the farther you are, the bigger your FOV really is. So I can aim right here and then click it again. Boom, done. With that 30, you are going to be hitting motherfuckers real easy. So that is my settings for pistols. And of course, I'm going to keep trigger bot on. Of course, you have your backtrack here. I have it at 200 ms. You can do your target delay, your target switch delay, and your post and your point scale. Moving on from there, we do have rifles. Same thing kind of setup. I don't have to go into here really anymore. It's the same options for all of them. And of course, your other is going to be anything that is not rifles, pistols, scout, and op. So you're talking shotguns, you're talking auto, you're talking, SMGs, all that kind of shit are going to be done through other. One thing I would like them to add is being able to set up overrides for specific weapons. Let's say the Deagle, I want it to be a headshot. The CZ, I want it to be a body shot because it's a spray weapon. I would suggest that they add overrides. And that's honestly how I feel. Moving on from the legit side, though, we do have our visuals up here. And of course, there is a search bar if you can't find a certain thing, or if you're wondering if the cheat has a certain feature, you guys can click that to figure out. Moving on from legit to visuals, though, we do start with players here, and you guys can see I have a very nice interactive preview. So for ESP, you can set it up to a hotkey. So mine is M3. So if I click M3, which is my middle mouse right here, click that, it's off. Coincidentally, it's also my marking key. Very dope. And that does all of your visuals, including, for example, my hand chams. As you can see, I just have a color override. So we're going to turn that back on. There is visibility. You could do always visible only, or when they are audible, aka running, etc. You could do your name up here. You can see their name. I did have that on. I must have just clicked it off. You could do box options for disabled, outline, and filled. We are going to go filled. Of course, there is flags. So you can see armor, C4, diffusing, distance, flashed, kit, money, reloading, and scoped. You can also see ammo at the bottom. I am going to turn that off, though, because they're holding knives. There's no point. I don't really care for ammo anyways. There is weapon ESP, so you can see the little weapon down here. And, of course, health ESP. And scrolling down, you could do more like radar. Having radar always on is something I highly recommend. If you want to stay more legit and use visible only chams, there is a skeleton option. Of course, the color wheel for all these. So you can see white here. And then you could also do a gradient, or you could do just the standalone color. Of course, I don't really use skeleton. I don't find it to be that great. There is history, so you can see skeleton and chams, and history would be for your backtrack, I believe. Directional arrows, so you can see directional arrows on screen of where the enemy is. And if those do not stand out very good to you, you guys can change the color. So I can go with like a bright yellow, and then you would see them a little bit easier there. On top of that, there is steps as well as D-lights and render dormant. Moving on from the ESP section and going to the cham section, though, there are lots of chams to choose from. Not too many, but they look really good. So glow chams are what I'm using, and I'm using them with blue for visible. So to change that, you would go here for chams visible. The right side would be hidden chams. So you can see I'm doing like a purpley crimson color, and then more of like a darker teal. Draw occluded. These are pretty cool. So as you can see, like you can see through the wall, obviously. So I'm guessing that is kind of like your render check, but also it adds this cool tint effect. If I zoom in right here, if you're looking at this guy here, click that, he brightens up a bit. It's pretty nice. And of course, you can change that overlay color. I have mine on like a mint because it makes it look very nice. You could do white, for example, but like I said, mint, I prefer. It looks a little bit better. One issue I've had with the menu, and this is my like only real gripe with the menu, is let's say I'm changing a color, right? And then I want to hit off and say I click just where a box seems to be. If I click, it disables it. So if you're wanting to get out of menus like this without affecting your cheat, you actually have to click the preview box. So that's a little annoying. Again, I can change the overlay color if I just click randomly over here. For example, to overlay, nothing will happen obviously because it's not an option. But again, if I'm in this menu, I want to click off of it, and I click just near like this, nowhere near the checkbox, it still disables it. So that's one of the things that I would suggest they fix. Drawing friendlies and drawing shot boxes is also a part of that. You can scroll up and down through these. And of course, there is a world tab, which I have C4 ESP, grenade ESP, and trails for the grenades, the kit ESP and weapon ESP. And of course, all of these are editable color-wise, and usually multiple options like glow in ESP. For modulation below in the world tab, we do have night mode, and it is a percentage-based night mode, so you can see it getting real dark and stinky there. There is full bright. On top of that, there is prop colors and world colors, and of course the skybox changer. I love that CSGO night. You could also add a overlay to it to change the color. Moving on from modulation and moving into effects, we do have removals such as flash, fog, and smoke, disable post-processing, light ragdolls, bullet impacts, self-bullet trails, where you can change the self-trail and then the self-trail hit, and of course, enemy bullet trails. Moving on from effects to rendering, we do have bomb timer, flash indicator, spectator list, grenade cam, mirror cam, velocity graph, and notifications. So for notifications, I am using player hit, and then of course, you can see up here, I do have my grenade cam and my spectators list. Those do kind of get in the way though, so I am going to move that just underneath my webcam here, and spectators can go like right beside it, for example. So you also have mirror cam, which I'm not a huge fan of, but you can enable that and put it right above your grenade cam, for example. As you can see, it's just what's behind you. I don't find that very useful, but some players might. It could be cool for going for clips if there was OBS proofing, etc. Velocity graph will just show you your velocity, and of course you can change the color. And I believe this changes the color of the graph, so we can put that on like we go a little darker, we can go a little bit more crimson, close the menu, and then as you can see, our graph is there. Moving on from world and visuals to extras, there is third-person camera, a hotkey setup, view model FOV. So if I do this, my gun will go out, as you guys can see. the X axis, the Y axis, the Z offset, and of course there is debug FOV, which just makes it a little bit farther. Again, I wouldn't really use debug FOV too much because your perspective compared to Overwatch's perspective is completely skewed. There is ignore zoom for scopes. Aspect ratio you can change. I'm not going to fuck with that. Knife and left hand, we can enable that. I'm a fan of that. Self chams. So we have all of them disabled essentially, but there is render desync, render fake lag. Don't know why that's on. Hand chams, no hands, no sleeves. So I can turn off sleeves here. And then of course you can see I'm using modulation to change the color, but I can use textured, reflective, glow, and wireframe. Might actually keep it on textured for now. And then of course no sleeves, pretty cool. Or just no hands, fuck it. Ghost ride the whip. For crosshair, you can do crosshair placement, which basically will tell you where you should keep your crosshair at head level. The one thing that no cheat tells you is that crosshair placement does not work for different levels. If you are on a higher level than your enemy, your crosshair placement is always going to be where headshot level would be at your state of ground. Nothing lower, nothing higher. It's good to get used to it, but I would not rely on it. Learn where to put your crosshair, but also learn that you do need to change the angle of engagement for yourself when it comes to attacking or just engaging on an enemy that is either lower or higher than you. Of course, there is a recoil crosshair. Basically, when you shoot, the crosshair itself will move, and your only job there without recoil control is to get that crosshair, even though it's moving, to hit your target and keep it on your target. You will get that kill. For anyone that wants to get out of RCS and learn just off muscle memory how to cheat and get away with not using recoil control or aimbot, definitely use recoil crosshair. It will help you in the long run if you decide to stop cheating a few months in the future. For sniper crosshair is something I always use because I love to get no scopes. Remove visual recoil, not a huge fan of. Kind of makes recoil control for myself a little bit confusing because I can't see the gun's movement, but that is an option. Remove scope is there. Hit markers are enabled. Hit marker time, you can change how long it's up on the screen for. So we can do, like, for example, 0.3 seconds. We'll do 0.7. Of course, you can change the color, so I'm going to go with a nice blue. There is a kill text and, of course, grenade tracer. So we can check out that crosshair. Let us really quickly grab an AK. Here we go. We got a nice AK with some 100 Thieves Hollows on it. That's one more thing I would ask to change if I had the option to ask for it, is their bullet trails are very thick. Being able to change the thickness would probably be good because you're getting into a gunfight. This is all you're seeing. All right? Like, it can get confusing. Your vision gets skewed. Very thin bullet tracers are one of my favorite things. So moving on from the extras tab for visuals, we are going to move into miscellaneous. Now, of course, you have your assistants here: auto pistol, auto accept, allow inventory access, clan tag, hit sound, show ranks, preserve kill feed, mute chat, bypass chat filter. Of course, moving on from the assist tab, you can go to the movement tab. I would call this assistance, not assist. Movement, auto jump, fail percent, auto strafe, quick stop, accuracy walk, edge jump, block bot, and head surf. Legit anti-aim, a direction flip, side indicators, fake lag, anti-trigger, and resolve anti-aim. These two right here are going to be your best damn friends while playing in high-level prime games. For auto prime bot, realistically, it's just a self-engaging walk bot. I do like the name auto prime bot, though. It kind of gives it a sell factor, but you can enable it. You can draw nodes, smooth aim, prefer body shot, target hidden players, and auto buy. Essentially, you're going to use this to go into, death matches or casual games. It's going to walk around, kill people, and hopefully level up your account more and more so that you can get to prime status with level 21. Realistically, it's just a self-sufficient walk bot, but still pretty cool. Moving on from the miscellaneous general tab, we do have our inventory changer tab, and this is where shit gets serious. I once told you guys that Navi had one of the best inventory changers. Navi just got beat, and I'll tell you why. This thing is so fast and easy. I added all these skins in less than 30 fucking seconds when I started this config. So I do not have an M4 set up right now, right? I'm not going to speed up this footage. We're just going to quickly add a skin that we like. All right, we're going to go plus. You could type in M4. We're going to just choose it. M4A4. All right, we scroll down. Boom, boom, boom. What do we like? I'm wondering. I like the Dragon King. We're going to go Dragon King. We can do stat track. You can add whatever amount of kills you want. Name. We'll do test. So that's one thing I just noticed. They need to disable input to the game when the menu is open. Equipped, default, or none. So what this will do is basically when you click add, it will auto-equip it so that you do not have to go into your inventory and add it and keep it on. like manually have to set it as your active weapon, which is dope. Change your wear, you can change your seed. We're gonna go plus. Oh, 100 thieves. Oh, we like this. We're gonna keep scrolling down. Oh, that's a cool one. Keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling down. Boom. And now we want a hollow from Titan. So we're gonna type in Titan, and then boom, we're just gonna look for the hollow. Bam, done. Now, next, boom. It's been added to our inventory automatically. All we have to do now is go and pick up an M4 if I wasn't blind. There you go. There might have been a slight lag when I was pulling out the M4, but it also could be a custom match, but it doesn't really matter. Once your gun is in hand, it is in hand. Woo! It feels so damn good. Their aimbot is actually very smooth, but also very lethal. It's very odd to me to have such smooth aimbot, but also to have such good accuracy. So most legit bots are pretty much the same, but all I'm telling you is this one's pretty decent. Like, it does stand out a little bit compared to some cheap cheats. Moving on from the miscellaneous inventory tab, there is models. You guys can do custom models. Sadly, I do not have any. As you guys know, my Windows C drive corrupted, so I don't have any. But in future, I will definitely use models. If you guys want to see more videos with this cheat, get this video to 250 likes. And let's move on to the final tab, configs. So this is my config right here. It's called tabs destruction because, as you guys know, this cheat translated from Latin to English is destruction. So I'm just going to click and save, and then the members Discord will be updated with this current config. Now, let's go over a few things that I feel they should add, and also let you guys know that if you stayed this long, you guys are going to be able to join a giveaway to get a month of this cheat absolutely free. All you need to know is you need to look in the description for all the rules. Basically, just put your Discord and why you want it. It's pretty fucking simple. Things that I would change in this cheat, not much. Things I would add, there's a few things that they could definitely add. They could definitely add more chams. They could definitely add weapon customization in terms of being able to override settings for certain weapons. But all in all, like looking at the legit bot, I would say that it has everything you need and it works quite well. Visual wise, they could always add some stuff, you know, player chams, etc. One thing I would recommend is to add a Lua system. And the reason I say this is just because Lua's, I've realized, helps so much with certain cheats and the community. It helps the community thrive. Custom ESP, custom anti-aim. You could even do a custom rage bot if you wanted to. On top of that, I would maybe enable custom chams where you could use in-game materials to make your own custom chams. That's something I would definitely add. And then on top of that, I think everything else is pretty great about this cheat, and I would highly recommend it. So my name's Tabs. If you guys want to buy the cheat, of course, there will be all the links you need in the description down below. I give this cheat a 8.5 out of 10 just because there's a few things that they could add and for the price. Anyways, I will see you guys on the next one. Like I said, if you guys want to see a video with this cheat being used in a Prime game or Wingman, something like that, get this video to 250 likes, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, bros. Peace.